Thank you for coming back to Polka Dot Mailbox, and if you're new, welcome. Today I'm doing a very different kind of video. If you follow my channel, you know I do unboxings and I do a lot of crafty videos, paper crafting in particular. But I'm going on a bit of a journey and I thought I would take you along with me and I would post about my gray hair journey, I guess you would call it, or basically just the fact that I've stopped coloring my hair. So I wanted to outline for you today the 5 reasons why I decided to stop coloring my hair, and also touch upon some of the benefits that I've started to see already. So where am I in this journey? So this is 6 months in, and I've been taking pictures along the way, so I'll definitely have a good compilation. In fact, I'll show you a few pictures here. You can already see how my hair was much darker back then. It's really lightened a lot already, just the fact that I haven't been coloring even the ends that are already colored. So this is all the way chronologically through the progression to where I am now, right from the beginning of when it started in November to show, and then through the holidays and such. I'll apologize in advance because you'll hear in the video where I'm speaking, there's a bubbling and splashing sound. That's my soup I'm making. I didn't realize how close the microphone would pick that up. I just wanted to say it does stop near the second half of the video, at the very end of the whole process, to see where I've got the one thing about my hair is very long, so this is going to be a very long process. I've already cut it, like just myself with some scissors. I just one day was like, maybe if I cut my hair it'll grow faster, and it just chopped the ends off. And I also was noticing they were looking a little brassy on the ends. So it looks kind of uneven, but that's because I've got my hair tied up, which is how I've been wearing it a lot. It really hides my demarcation line, which is a handy way to sort of get through this transition. I've been wearing some baseball caps and such, but here's the reasons why I started to stop dyeing my hair. And I'll start with number 5. Number 5 was I wanted to change. I was getting kind of bored with my hair. I have had long hair, and don't get me wrong, I've loved my long hair, but I've had this same sort of hairstyle for decades, and I have colored my hair. I started off coloring my hair in my 20s with a blonde. In fact, people thought, like, with just blonde highlights, people actually thought I was blonde, and people often commented on how beautiful my hair was, like, and if it was almost like an identifying marker of me, like something unique that stood out about me was my long hair. So anyways, but I wanted a bit of a change, but I didn't really know what I wanted. I was just kind of feeling sort of blah with my hair, and I thought, well, I don't even know what color my hair actually is. I'm looking for a change. Maybe the change is my natural color. Like, let's see what's under there. I was kind of curious as to what it was. So when I was highlighting my hair in my 20s, I didn't have anything like dyed or gray or anything. I just really liked the light highlights in my dark hair. And then when I went back to brunette, I noticed I had like this streak of gray. It was like right here. So I started to dye my hair back to brown. I didn't notice it with the blonde highlights, but when I was trying to just go straight brown, I kept having to color my hair to just sort of keep away all these tiny little grays and this little strip that was there. And as time went on, I noticed I had more and more gray here than I realized. So that was reason number 5. Number 4, I turned 50 this year, and I thought, you know, it's time to embrace my age. My husband is also the same age as I am, and he's salt and pepper, and I thought, like, we don't match. It just seemed like a good idea for us to age together. The 3rd reason why is definitely I was inspired by the Silver Sisters, who have paved the way. They've set a really good example, and I thought I could be that same example. And actually, speaking of husbands, my coworker said to me, she said, "Oh, I can't get used to your gray hair. And in that conversation, she said, what does your husband think about it? And I said, well, like, he's going gray too. So I said the same thing, like, we didn't match. And I thought that it would be nice for us to match and age together. And she said something in regard to, well, yeah, but it's okay for men to go gray, like that suits them or whatnot. And I thought that's the whole point, to set an example, because why is it okay for men to be gray and not for women to be gray? Like, it doesn't make any sense. So if we make it more socially acceptable, like, I think I could rock gray hair, and it's like, I might as well give it a try and see how I like it. There was a whole big thing. I'm in Canada, and one of our very experienced, very talented news anchors, Lisa LaFlamme, was fired coincidentally after turning her hair solid gray. Like, she was gray and she just wanted to embrace that, and then she was fired or let go or whatnot. And the idea of that was aggravating. It's like, there's all kinds of news anchor males out there who aren't losing their jobs, and they were like, oh no, it had nothing to do with the gray hair, we were just going a different way, but it didn't seem like that. And so if we can move toward making it more socially acceptable for women to be gray, there are some beautiful women with gray hair, and why do we feel like we have to hide it? Sort of thing. So that was number 3. Okay, so number 2 was, I just kind of wanted to push myself out of my comfort zone, just see how it is to go through this experience, this journey, this accepting my age, this letting go of feeling the need to like fit into societal standards or norms. So I thought a lot of women that have let their hair grow naturally have sort of discovered a bit of sense of self through the process. So I thought, well, that is interesting. Like, let's see how I feel about this. I have to say, so far, it hasn't been a terribly difficult process. I've had pretty good support from everyone around me. There's not been very many negative impacts. And I think that the hardest part was that initial, like, when you stop dyeing it and you can just see the grays, where you normally would be like, oh, it's time to go color my hair again. That part was probably the hardest, because one, you're admitting the fact that, yes, I do have gray hair under here, where people probably didn't even realize that about me. And 2, you're like, do you think I just missed dyeing my hair? Like, I'm doing this on purpose. So that's number 2. And then the number 1, and the most important, and the why that I think will get me through all the way to the end of it all, and the most important reason, is the toxic chemicals. I take such great care in my life to not expose myself to toxic chemicals, yet every 4 weeks I'm dousing my hair and breathing in these fumes and letting that like absorb in through my skin. And I thought, you know what, like, why? So I know some people do it for cost savings. Because I colored my own hair at home, it wasn't a huge cost savings. Some people do it for time, and again, I wasn't going to a salon, so it didn't take up a whole huge amount of time for me either. So while those are nice benefits as well, they weren't like my primary motivation. I wasn't bored or tired or fed up with having to color my hair. I actually always kind of enjoyed, after a fresh new color, be like, ah, yes, the little bits of gray that were starting to peek through are gone. And I really liked that. So anyways, I just wanted to take you through my reasons why. So once I decided that was going to be my choice, now how do I go about it? And there's a couple of options, which are cold turkey. You can cut it, you can dye it blonde, you can dye a section of it and sort of kind of hide the gray that's coming in, or you can highlight and low light your hair to sort of blend in your pattern. But sticking true to my main motivation as to why I was getting away from dyeing my hair, I decided not to dye it blonde and then let it grow out without as strong of a demarcation line. And I decided cutting it would actually probably be more traumatic to me to have short hair than gray hair. I had short hair once in my life when I was grade 8, and I hated it. It was very traumatic, and I didn't get a positive reaction from all the people around me either. That didn't help, and so that is ingrained in me. So cutting my hair short like in a pixie or something seemed out of the question. The dyeing the like little strips to frame my face is an option I might consider. That's something that I could see being, you know, a nice sort of transition. And I'll show you now. So this is how I wear my hair. I wanted to show you how I wear my hair, but I'll take it out and I'll show you what I'm talking about with the demarcation line, so you can really see how dramatic it is. Okay, so this is my hair like this, and it actually like kind of looks sort of interesting with this part to the side, like it, because it's really right there, it maybe almost looks like I might be doing that on purpose. Like, tell me what you think about my hair down, because this is one thing that I have not done. I have not gone out with my hair down because I don't like the strong demarcation line. And I'll show you like you can see it really well there. The different colors, like it's just very stark. And like if we lift some more layers, then you can really see like how much gray is hiding under here. So, but wearing it up works well, even like back in a ponytail all together is kind of good. So there's that. And then it's the same thing on this side. Like you could just see how stark that line is right there. So having a fun little highlight that came in and framed my face would take away from that really strong demarcation line. But I'll show you like from the back too, if you want to see, like, look at the top. It's quite gray and it looks kind of funny from the back. Hopefully that showed you well. I can't see the camera to be able to tell if that was showing you the top very well or not, but you can see how much gray there really is in there. So anyways, so that is my start of the gray journey. This is about 6 months in. I didn't decide the last time I dyed my hair would be the last time, so I hadn't like made specific note of when that was. But when I would have started dyeing my hair again would have been November 2022. And this that I'm filming this is April 2023. So that's how far I've come so far. So what do you think? Could I go out in public with my hair down, even with that strong demarcation line? Do you like it better up? Even putting it in a ponytail is kind of a cute look as well, because that really just looks like a lot of gray. A baseball cap works really well because the cap makes it just look like I have brown hair. So it's a good way to sort of get through that transition also. But you can see, because I have like quite a lot of brown still, it's like I'm gonna have a brown streak there and a really stark white streak here. because I have a lot of mixed brown in there, it's maybe not so bad because it kind of blends all together, and it again cuts up that line. Once my hair gets like the gray gets longer, I was thinking about potentially cutting it off. We'll see. Like I said, I've always had long hair. I've always been able to put it up. I've always, cutting it would be pretty dramatic. But it's like if I'm ever going to cut my hair short, like that would be the time to do it. So anyway, are you thinking about stopping dyeing your hair? I have no problem with people dyeing their hair. If that's what makes them feel good and happy and beautiful, then you should do that. But for me, for all the reasons mentioned, I thought I would give this a try. I could always go back to dyeing my hair. I'm not committed to do this for the rest of my life. It's like I had said, I wanted to change, and maybe I really like the change. The one thing I will tell you I have noticed and have loved about my hair is it is so soft. Oh my gosh, it's so soft. Like my fresh new hair, I will like run my fingers through it and just be like, wow, it's nice. And so it's definitely healthier than it has been in a long time. I've noticed a real difference since I've stopped coloring it. Some people stopped coloring their hair because it was falling out. Did not have that problem. My hair falls out, but it doesn't make any difference because I have so much hair. It's still as thick as anything. But anyways, so let me know what you think in the comments below. Are you going gray or transitioning? I know some people that are thinking about it, or some people like dye their hair blonde and then they get stuck in that blonde stage and they're like, I kind of like this, so they stay there for a while. And anyways, everyone has different ideas and options and thoughts, but this is sort of where I'm at and what I'm doing. And yeah, we'll just see how it goes. My definite goal in the end is to have long hair. Anyways, if you want to follow my journey, like and subscribe to see my progress and what sort of bumps and challenges I have along the way. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again next time.